Sudan Radio.
The Dawn on iRadio.
Yes, a very good morning to you and welcome to the second half of the Dawn program on iRadio, your eye on South Sudan. It's Friday the 13th of June 2025. I'm your host, Emmanuel Joseph Akile. 14 minutes now after the hour of 7. We move on with our program where the Dean of the Faculty of Law at the University of Juba has advised the newly sworn in and enrolled advocates of the South Sudan Bar Association to uphold the principles of legal practice and avoid being brokers. Now, yesterday, the South Sudan Bar Association officially sworn and enrolled 271 newly admitted advocates, including 50 female lawyers. Now, speaking during the event, Al-Faqih Chol urged the newly sworn in advocates to uphold bravery and professionalism in their legal practice. He also added that their crucial role is actually the eye of the citizens, encouraging them to serve justice with fairness and dedication while safeguarding the rights of the people. Al-Faqih also said that lawyers should refrain from charging percentage-based fees, stressing that they are not brokers but rather professionals. Let's listen to his remarks.
Legal professionals should follow the law. Bar is organized by law, and thus that law must be implemented. Mess up can happen anywhere can happen, but in legal bodies, mess up should not take place. And I think it is a good beginning to start like this, to have lawyers, those who know the rights are rights of others, and they are ready to keep the rights of the citizens. So you are not there for yourself alone. You are representative of the citizens. When you see something wrong, don't be silent on behalf of your citizen. Even the case can be against the government, because there is no one above the law, implement law in the country. So, khalikum nasindukum hamas wa shaja'a. And what you should know also as advocate, I want to advise you, you are like doctors. Our citizens here in South Sudan, they think that a lawyer is like a person in the shop, but you are like doctor in the clinic. You are there to generate some money also. So what should be taken by the public is that when you go to the advocate, when you go for consultation, for advice, a person cannot go and talk with you and you give him a lot of advice and then at the end he goes to another advocate. Dama muhama azul gabel diktur bad mata gabel diktur انت بتدفع قبل ما نقول للدكتور whether تمشي medical test ولا ما تمشي, it is a different issue. لكن since they consume you and you are renting office في كهرباء في services في what بعد ما تديو المعلومات كله, if you want to register company do this and that at the end it goes to his relative. ده يا bar association it should be في circular يكون في حاجة زي دي يمنع الكلام ده. ناس بتاع commission بتاع oath and so on should be unified. Mohammed is not a broker. Ntama samsar. Ashan kida yiribna in South Sudan here, there's some advocates, they ask for their percentage. Maybe some percent. You have fee of that authorization letter or of that contract or sale regardless of the value of the sale contract. For intuma brokers, you should be there with ethics. If you know that this case you are going to fail or there is no legal ground for you to raise this case, don't take it. You advise the client that this case has no hope. You will fail it. You will lose it. But if you know, because you are a judge by itself, you are a standing judge, if you know that case you are going to lose it, please don't mislead your client. Tell him the truth. Tell him the truth. So these are some of the advice I want to share them with you on behalf of my colleagues, lecturers of laws in South Sudan here.
وده نصيحة هناك اللي كان قدموا العميد بتاع كلية الحقوق بجامعة جوبا المحامين الجدد اللي هم أدوا القسم والمسجلين في نقابة محامي جنوب السودان بيتكلم عن إنه هم يتمسكوا بمبادئ الممارسة القانونية وكمان تجنب بتاع شغل السماسرة. طبعا امبارح النقابة بتاع محامي جنوب السودان عمل أداء يمين القسم رسميا وتسجيل بتاع 271 محامي جديد، من بينهم 50 محامية أو من النساء، وده طبعا في وجود بتاع نائب رئيس الجمهورية تبان دينغاي. وفي كلمته خلال الفعالية حث الفكيشول المحامين الجدد اللي هم أدوا القسم على التحلي بالشجاعة والاحترافية في ممارسة بتاع القانون، وهو برضو أكد على دورهم الحاسم باعتبارهم عيون للمواطنين وشجعهم على خدمة العدالة بإنصاف وكمان تفاني مع حماية حقوق الشعب. وأكد الفكي على أنه لازم على المحامين أن يمتنعوا من فرض رسوم على أساس النسبة المئوية، مؤكدا أنه هم ما سماسرة لكن هم محترفين في ناحية بتاعت أنه اللويرز are not brokers، هو ما يكونوا ناس بتاع السمسرة، لأنه ده ما شغل بتاعهم، هو ما شغل بتاعهم شغل بروفيشنال في مجال اللي هم قروه، وده الحاجة لازم هم يتابعوا. Now what's your advice to the newly enrolled lawyers in South Sudan؟ وايفالويشن او تقييم بتاعك شنو عامة لعمل بتاع المحاماة في جنوب السودان؟ اتصل علينا واقدم تعليق بتاعك لكن بعد الفاصل.
The Ministry of Health is conducting a commemoration of African Vaccination Week with rotavirus vaccine targeting all children aged between 6 to 10 weeks. Take your child to the nearest health center during the African Vaccination Week or the Big Catch-up campaign.
Good morning, Mama Nyandeng.
Good morning, Mama Mercy. Where are you coming from this morning?
I had taken Mercy for rota vaccine at the health center to protect my child against rotavirus diarrhea in infants and children. She was also vaccinated with other routine immunization vaccines at no cost. Is baby Mercy already vaccinated?
Yes, she was vaccinated last month. Does she need to be vaccinated again?
Yes. She needs to be vaccinated with at least 2 doses of rota vaccine at 6 and 10 weeks to be fully vaccinated, immunized, and protected against rotavirus.
Really? I just heard from afar that there will be a vaccination campaign during the African Vaccination Week, but I was not keen enough to get the details.
You know, rotavirus vaccines are effective in preventing diarrhea and deaths in infants and young children. This vaccine has just been introduced this year, 2025. A lot of children were not vaccinated. Some even travel without being vaccinated. I wouldn't want to see any child get diarrhea.
I didn't know that rotavirus is that serious, that it can even cause death.
Yes. Rotavirus is a life-threatening disease caused by the virus. The signs are fever and vomiting, followed by watery diarrhea, and can cause abdominal pain and dehydration. Children who survive may be dehydrated, which can cause serious complications.
Dehydrated or serious complication? Oh, that sounds scary. How can I protect my child from this dangerous disease?
The only way for your child to be safe is when your child and all children in your neighborhood are vaccinated with rota vaccine.
I will do that immediately. Where can I take my child for these vaccines? Hope it's not late.
No, you are not late. Rota vaccine and all the other routine vaccines are available at all health facilities and designated health centers located in your areas. Tell all your neighbors with children between 6 to 10 weeks to be vaccinated.
I'm glad you told me. I will take my child immediately to the nearest health center for rota vaccination.
Bring your child to the nearest vaccination site and protect them from rotavirus and vaccine-preventable diseases. This message is brought to you by the National Ministry of Health with support from WHO and UNICEF.
Radio, your eye on South Sudan.
Yes, صباح الخير مرة ثانية. ده الوقت اللي نرفع المكالمات. I radio.
Morning, I radio.
Yes, good morning.
Yes, you're talking to Margaret from Yambia.
Garang, welcome.
Thank you. So, this issue is, the message is very clear. You know, there are some lawyers or advocates who are, their aim is for money. They are not working for the country or to defend that. And their aim is just to eat the money from the client for their benefit, which is not good. You are there to defend a case which you will know that the person has a right, you defend the case. You are not just to beg or broke for money. This is the point that the lecturers, the professor Lee, and very, very, they should stand on that one, and they should base on that one very clearly.
All right, thank you, Garang. I radio.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Yes.
My brother, the statement of the Dean's College of Law in Juba University plus the statement of the President are going together. 10% plus these brokers are going together. Why? What makes them to be brokers? There is no pre-cost in any university or any educational sector. The reason is, if they need lawyers to give the right materials or not to be brokers, the government should have to revise the system, meaning that all the lawyers must be paid at the right time. Number two, those who are working, they should have to be followed. In case if you are just selling away the right of somebody, there must be an accountability. And if you go now around the country, there is a case that can spend more than 5 years. Why people are using only a game? You come and pay a lot of money, you will be given a right. When the other one is going for appeal, and then you will pay money, you can even be given another right. Then people will go like that for only one case. This one needs the court system to be revised by the people concerned. If you can see now what brought the 10%, it is because when people are not given the right, that's why a country now is in black market. If you can see the issue of South Sudan, everything now is adding 10%, is even adding something of what is so-called something for water, then something for transport. These are the issues. If we need everything to be in the system, then government must have to make an order, or which everybody must have what is so-called accountability. In case if you are just having a conflict with the law, no matter you are what, you can be taken to the court. According to the constitution, it says that all the people are the same in front of law. But now in South Sudan, you can see the law is compromising honorable and general. Only the normal citizens are the ones being victimized. And this is supposed the position of the should have to be revised. Even the people who are implementing it should have to look into this problem critically. Why the law is giving punishment to the rest and is favoring the others? And the country is only one, the government is one, and the constitution is the same. What is it? Thank you.
All right, thank you. ديفيد ماغوغ من مدينة واو برضو بيقول طبعا الاثنين كلام بتاع رئيس الجمهورية قبل من موضوع 10% وكمان برضو موضوع بتاع الرشوة للمحامين بيمشي سوا، ده حاجة لازم يقيف. راديو.
Hello.
Yes. منو معنا؟ الوالدين تفضل.
Joseph Akile. Ya koy da kala koy kare. Waran da bul no. Allah da zabde fi haja da bul barko. Taban mame ugadi ma zawa taban. Yani mame indu togol to bro. Al mame kalam man bisaja. Bisaja kalam ma giga taban. Wacan kide annas gatir ما جا كويس في حاجه من ما يجيبوا دال دول ما موت وكيف كلام ده تبع لك كلام ما من هم قاعد يشاكل مع دقيقه لو ده حاجه بس يكون كان هذا بتاعك يكون دقيقه ما غير بيكتب بقول هذا دول ما كلام بتاعنا بيشروا ما دول نبرج ودول تعبان وده دقيقه بتاعه كلام ده يكون كيف اساسا قبل بتاعنا بما كم كيف يعني كلام ده اساسا قال لي يكون بتاعنا يكون نمشي قدام لاجادل ما اساسا.
أورا ده رسالة بتاع الوالدين. راديو اتصل علينا تاني 28 دقيقة بعد الساعة 7. رسالتك شنو للمحامين الجدد 271 منهم 50 من النسوان أو النساء والفيميل، وهم طبعا أدوا القسم أمام نقابة بتاع اتحاد المحامين بتاع جنوب السودان. راديو hello radio. Yes, radio.
Yeah. You speak to Moses Lawrence. أنا متصل من موامر.
Yes, تفضل. Welcome. Alright, your line is breaking there, Lawrence. Radio.
هاي راديو صباح بطواني أنا اللي جالس بوكيله.
نعم، صباح النور.
باتيستا أرمانو من قرية الخضراء.
تفضل.
مطر الكبالينا هنا ده كباليكم هناك هسي؟
والله أنا جوا الاستوديو ما جايب خبر.
والله ما جايب خبر. كبالينا مطر هنا أزول ملا موية ذاته فوق 30 فتاة كني. نخش في البرنامج. والله أنت عارف حقيقة رسالتي للمحامين الجدد، يعني الخصم ده زول يشوفوا زي حاجة ليد ساكت بس ولا حاجة إنه دار يمرر بو نفسه، يعني زي كبري لو يقطع بو بحر بيناك إنه يتخرج كلاس وبيبقى محامي. لكن ده مهنة إنسانية ومهنة بتاعت إيمان، ودار أنت تكون قوية شديد كان بنات، وأنت كان ولد كمان تكون قوي شديد إنه تدافع عن الحق وعن المظلومين. وأنت دايما في وقتك تكون يعني إنه أنت حريص أنت ما تخش في الكوربشنات، يعني 10% وحاجات شراب مويات وحاجات بتاع شنو ده الكل، يعني حاجات ده لو ما يكون عندك ذاته ميول بتاعت النوع بتاعت المجموعات بتاع انت مشترك مع ديل في كده وحاجات ما حقيقه ده انت تبع نفسك انه انت تكون زول دغري وزول رسمي في الشغل بتاعك، حتى الناس كل يشهدوا بيك انه محامي ده والله محامي شاطر محامي ممتاز محامي تمام. لكن لما نقول هذا ما عنده اي شغل ده بتاع كده ده ما كويس. فنسيتي له من انت جاين لسمعتك وتعين لمهنتك ذاته وتعين للفقراء من اجلهم انت بدايات الزمن كله انه تقرا تجتهد عشان تجي تكون يعني مخلص للاخرين. وشكرا.
شكرا لك. ده رسالة باتيستا راديو.
الو.
يس.
صباح الخير.
صباح النور.
معك سوزان الجورجي من واو.
سوزان اتفضلي.
ده برنامج جميل جدا وانا مبسوط برنامج بتاع المحامين ديل، وبالاخص النساوين اللي جابوهم 50 انا مبسوط جدا، لان المرأة دايما يعني بكون حنينة يعني ما زي رجال يعني. فالمشكلة في جنوب السودان بعد مرات دي تشيل الزول تسجنه العمل لك المشكلة، يلا بعد شوية كده لما تمشي بيت ولا تمشي اي محل تشوف الزول القبيل انت سجنت ده انت تشوفه طالع قاعد برا. فنتمنى للمحامين ديل ما يدوم رشاوى، لان ناس الرشاوى ديل هم اللي ما بخلي القانون يمشي في جنوب السودان يعني. فهم يعني ما يقبل الكلام ده، لانه السجن هسه مليان فيه ناس كثير. اتمنى ذلك انه الناس الكثيرين في السجون ديل عشان يخفف الازدحام الموجود حاليا والبلد تكون كويس. انت عارف لما تعمل حاجه الكويس يعني تعمل عداله بين الناس، ربنا ذاته بيجيك معك وربنا بيكون معك وانت هتكون انسان ناجح في المستقبل والدوله بتقدم لقدام. لكن لما نحن يعني ما نشتغل بالعداله البلد ما بيتقدم. اتمنى ذلك انه الناس ديل يشتغلوا كويس يعمل عداله في البلد بتاعنا والبلد يمشي كويس والقانون يكون كويس في جنوب السودان. شكرا جزيلا.
Alright, شكرا لك سوزان من مدينة واو لمشاركتك. And talking about the eligibility of the advocates in March this year, the South Sudan Bar Council revoked the licenses of 83 advocates for failing to meet the legal requirements for practicing law in South Sudan, including presenting degrees from unregistered universities. So currently, South Sudan has more than 2,000 registered advocates who were officially recognized by the Bar Council to practice law in the country. Now, according to Arab Malwed Manoon, who's the chairperson of the South Sudan Bar Association, the council vetted and harmonized the advocate role to ensure compliance with the law. He also said that some of those whose licenses were licensed by an illegal body, and others also obtained degrees from registered universities, adding that they initiated the process for the renewal of advocate licenses to ensure compliance. Molet also said the council requires that a practitioner must have at least a Bachelor of Laws from a recognized university, and he or she must be a South Sudanese, adding that those who lacked the necessary documents were given 1 month to provide them. Now, according to the law, to be practiced, and an advocate must actually hold at least a Bachelor of Laws from a recognized university and be a South Sudanese. Radio.
Hello.
Yes, radio.
Yes. I think it's a very good topic. I'm called Jackson.
Your name?
I got a name. I'm called Jackson. Huh?
Jackson, go ahead.
Yeah. I think the topic that you tell me is very, very good. This is to guide us, putting the laws in order and everything. But there's only one thing that is not happening in this also the judges and the advocates and other things. Since our country is more corrupt, so these people will not keep any law anymore. They do whatever they want and nobody is even talking to them. But if they have peace in our home, these people will follow the system well and guide us also here. Because these advocates and the judges, these are the government. They give us the laws and they put us in a very good way. But if there is no peace in our place, these people, everybody want to put his food in his own pocket the way they want. If you want to solve your problem, you have to tell me enough money so that I am telling you. Because there are certain cases, as you have been saying, there are certain cases that a judge or an advocate cannot manage it because it may fail. It may be putting you also in danger. But what we want is that let us have peace in our home. You see this? So then there are also judges that have been tried with big money so that you create all the law that is not really accepted also that. But anyway, let us put it that this is the time now we like these ladies and men and boys and our children to be put totally. We don't want them to, to eliminate and to be corrupt. This is very bad. And now they should even started with politicians. They should be independent. They know what they do. Thank you.
Alright, thank you. رسالتك برضو واصل عندنا. رسالة هنا برضو من هكتور ودمامة بيقول الرشوة قد تساهم في ربح قضيتك وبنفس الوقت تخسر ذاتك وكمان كرامتك. هو بيقول اقتباسات قانونية، كن قانونيا لكي تسري حياتك على نحو نزيه ورزين، كن محامي لكي تكون قضيتك الأولى تزرع الفرحة داخل قلب كل مظلوم لإحراز حقه، كن قاضيا لكي تضرب بمطرقة الحق على انعواج ضرب الباطل، كن محققا جنائيا لكي تبحث هناك وهناك وتدخل بأعماق الجاني والمجني عليه حتى تنال الحقائق ثم ردع الجاني. Radio. Yes, Radio. نعم، منو معنا؟ Simon from Wow, welcome.
Emmanuel, the issue of I just
Sorry, Simon, you have to revert back to us, or you can also drop a comment on our Facebook page because we're live there. We cannot get you, we cannot hear you well there. So you can still call back again. We have 22 minutes to the top of the hour. And shortly, we'll be crossing to Western Equatoria State and talk about the humanitarian situation of IDPs. Hi, Radio.
Hi, Marhab.
نعم، منو معنا؟
معك كينج سولومون.
كينج سولومون، تفضل.
اي نعم، بس انا بقول في ناحيه بتشوير ان او بحلفوا بو ناس. انا بشوف من الخطا كون القاضي يا بحلف ناس، لانه القاضي ده ذاته خاطئ وسبب شنو ذاته بحلف ناس. مفروض قصص قصص يا بحلف الناس وفي بايبل يعني الغودا ما عندهم علاقة ببايبل ولا حاجة زي كده، ليه من بحلفوا ناس؟ فمفروض كان ناس القصص يا بحلفوا ناس. أنت بشوف أنا حسب بلدنا ده كله في الفساد، لأنهم عارفين الغودا اللي بحلف ناس هم ذاته خاطئين، هم ذاته ناس بتاع كوربشن، فكيف الكلام بيمشي دغري؟ فممكن ده كلام اللي أنا بتكلم فيه كثير جدا. لا يعني حليف أكون قاعد بحلفوا ناس زي ده كلام ده خطأ، لأنه قاعد ذاته والقوانين ذاتها القانون ده انسان يعملوا في بعد اي زمن ثاني بتغير القوانين دي، فالسبب بيخلوه بحلف ناس شنو؟ فممكن ده كلام بتاعي. شكرا.
شكرا. ده حاجه بيحتاج لديبيت وتعليقات كثير، ده له موضوع كامل في واحد من الايام. راديو مرجع ثاني واتصل. راديو يس
good morning, this is Soro from Yemen.
Soro, welcome.
Yeah. The problem in South Sudan is about ethics. Our ethics. When you know what you're going to do, you're supposed to follow it. But ethics of the job is not there. I'm being sworn as a lawyer. I'm supposed to practice what the law has told me to do. But the problem is that the lawyers nowadays, they are practicing criminology, because both of them are, you see, is taken from the person who's came to him to defend him, and the person who's the victim, both of it. So he's eating from this side and eating from that side, and he not tell the both sides that the case is A, B, C, D. As the leader have said, or the professor have said, if you know that you're going to fail the case, say, I will not make it. It doesn't lose anything. You don't lose anything. But when you are just saying you want to do it for the sake of money, nowadays all of them are doing for the sake of money. Thank you. That's my.
All right, thank you. That's your view, entitled to it. But I do believe also not all of them are doing that. We have about 20 minutes to the top of the hour. Let's pick one or two calls before we cross to Western Equatoria State. Radio.
Hello.
Yes.
Emmanuel.
نعم.
بيتر من يكرن.
بيتر تفضل.
شكرا لموضوع بتاعك القدوة. أقول كده. أنت عيبات ما فيه قراءة الكتاب المقدس أكثر محل ربنا وجه فيه إنذار يهول القضاء والمحامين، أكثر الناس، أكثر فئة بشرية ربنا أنذرهم مباشرة. القضاء أنذرهم ربنا دام زاد جديد اللهجة. نمرة 2 قالوا إذا أنت حكمت بين الناس أحكم بالعدل، ما تميل شمال ويمين. نمرة 3 المشكلة يعني محامي، المحامي لا يستحميني تطلب مني قروش، يمكن في النهاية القضية شنو هتفشل. دي مشكلة نمرة 1. نمرة 2 المشكلة الثانية الواجه المواطن ما في صدق، يعني القاضي لما يشيل قضيتك ومتأكدين القضية ده ما حيكسبوا ياكل باكي لحد طريق يطلع من جسمه، في النهاية حتفشل في القضية، لا حتلم في النتيجة بتاعت القضية وانت دفعت قروش وراه. عشان كده ربنا انذرهم، وانك كمواطنين بنقول لهم انت ما قادر للقضية ده، انت عارف اصل القضية ده، ما حيكون لصالحي، ما تشيل منه قروش. بعدين مش كثير يعني قضية واحدة شكله واضح بتقعد فيه أكثر من 10 جلسات، ما في لزوم 10 جلسات. ليه؟ ما قضية ده في 3 جلسة 4، لأنه كله البينة واضحة قدامك، ما في لزوم ثاني لتمديد المدة تحصل فيه عملية الرشاوي بتقديم الرشوة للقاضي، الشيء تشوف شكل القضية دي حاجة ثانية. وشكرا جزيلا.
alright بيتر، شكرا لك. وده آخر مكالمة لأنه الشبكة ما قاعد ينقطع لسه هناك. نمشي لفاصل ونرجع.
This is iRadio. When contributing to a topic on the radio, please avoid statements that may incite or promote hate. We encourage constructive points of views and criticisms that aim at providing solutions to problems facing the country. We do not want rumor mongering or information that is regarded as hearsays. We advocate for messages of peace and unity among the people of South Sudan. This is iRadio, your eye on South Sudan.
iRadio, for reliable and objective news from across South Sudan and beyond. Tune in to iRadio, your eye on South Sudan. iRadio, for news you can rely on from across South Sudan and beyond.
This is the Dawn Show on iRadio. Wake up, get information, get education, get everything that you need on iRadio.
Welcome back from the break. 15 minutes now to the top of the hour. Now let's cross to Western Equatoria State, where authorities there say 88 internally displaced persons, or IDPs, mainly children, have arrived in Yambio from Nadiangiri Payam after they spent 5 months hiding in the bush and surviving on wild fruits. The displacement was triggered by renewed fighting in the area after the removal of former Governor Alfred Futuyo Karaba from office in February this year. Now the unrest forced civilians to flee for their safety, with many seeking refuge in the forest. Now, speaking upon the arrival of the IDPs, the acting chairperson of the State Relief and Rehabilitation Commission, Thomas Seringa Paul, stated that 90% of the newly arrived IDPs were aged between 5 and 18 years. Now, Seringa added that the IDPs have endured months of survival by relying solely on wild fruits. He also appealed to humanitarian organizations to intervene and provide much needed assistance to the displaced, adding that the more displaced individuals are expected to arrive in the state capital, Yambio. This is what Thomas had to say.
We have just received 88 IDPs who ran from Nadiangere, but 90% are the children, aged from 5 to 18. So I thank the national security who have gone down at the grassroots to collect these innocent civilians. And these IDPs here, they've spent more than 3 months on the way, from January up to now. This is when they arrived. And when they were coming, they were using the forest. And the soil depend on the wild fruits. So I urge my partners, the international organizations, both UN agencies, international organization, the national organization, you have to come and rescue the situation of these innocent people. Otherwise, they will face a lot of challenges in regard to food items. Because right now, they have no shelter, they have no food, and in Western Equatoria, we have only one season for mango. And when they were coming, they were depending on the mango and the other wild fruits in the bush. So I appeal to all of you, all the organizations, in contribution with the government to at least help these innocent people. I have to inform you that you have to know more are still coming on the way. And then we, as a government in Western Equatorial State, in collaboration with our soldiers, we shall rescue them to come and sit in Yambio.
Now let's also listen to Apai Michael Matthew, a displaced teacher from Nadiangere Payam Primary School, revealing that 2 children tragically died on the way due to hunger during their journey.
We are in displaced peoples since January up to June. Now we'll be spending 5 months in the bush, depending on where the fruits and the other resources. So even we lost 2 of our children because of hunger and the lack of medications. So we face a lot of challenge which we cannot explain, that actually we bless God, we have reached where people is. And we knew that our life, those children will be existing. So we have a lot to be said, but now I cannot manage to say everything.
نعم، وده هناك واحد من الأساتذة أو الأستاذ أباي ماثيو اللي هو واحد من النازحين بيتكلم عن إنه 2 من عيالهم ماتوا في زمن النزوح بتاعهم هناك مع الأسر ده في هو طبعا بيدرس في مدرسة بتاعت ناديانجري برايمري سكول، وده هناك في ولاية غرب الاستوائية. وده بعد ما إنه السلطات في الولاية فات على إنه 88 نازح داخليا معظمهم من الأطفال أو عيال هم وصلوا إلى يامبيو، وده بعد ما قضوا 5 شهور داسين في بوجة وفي غابة، وكان برضو بس بيعتمدوا على الفواكه البرية. واندلع موجة بتاع النزوح ده نتيجة لتجدد القتال في المنطقة بعد إقالة بتاع الحاكم السابق ألفريد فوتويو كارابا من منصب بتاعه في شهر 2 في السنة ده، وأجبر الاضطرابات ده المدنيين عشان هم يجروا للحفاظ على سلامتهم، ولجأ الكثير منهم إلى الغابة. واسمينا من توماس رينجا بول هناك اللي هو برضو قال القائم بالأعمال للجنة الإغاثة وإعادة التأهيل بالولاية عند وصول النازحين بأنه 90% من النازحين الجدد بتراوح أعمارهم من 5 سنوات ل 18 سنة. وبرضو قال النازحين يتحملوا شهور من أجل البقاء على قيد الحياة بالاعتماد كليا على حاجات اللي هم باكلوا من غابة. وطبعا هو بيناشد المنظمات الإنسانية عشان تدخل وتقدم المساعدة اللي بتشتد الحاجة إليها للنازحين، مضيفا إنه من المتوقع وصول المزيد من النازحين إلى يامبيو. قدم رسالة بتاعك للحكومة القومية والولائية وكمان للمنظمات بتاع الإغاثة، ولا حد 200 كيف ممكن ندع حد للمشاكل اللي بيؤدي للنزوح بتاع الجنوبيين السودانيين داخليا في البلاد. Now we're talking about the dire humanitarian situation of the displaced person, and not only in Western Equatoria State. Also, remember yesterday we reported that 3 United Nations agencies also raised alarm over the risk of famine in 2 counties of Upper Nile State, where continued conflict and displacement have also pushed thousands of people to the brink of starvation. We're talking about the latest report by the Integrated Food Security Phase Classification, where communities in Nasser and Ulang continue there to face what they call the most severe levels of hunger, with 32,000 people already in catastrophic conditions. وده بعد من الأمثلة اللي احنا بنقدمه. وهناك 88 اللي هم قاعدوا في غابة ل5 شهور في ولاية غرب الاستواء هم رجل مدينة يامبيو في حالة إنسانية مدهورة. 2 من العيال هم ماتوا. راديو hello راديو.
Emmanuel Akile.
Yes.
Engineer Moses.
Engineer, welcome.
Emmanuel Akile taban di batale siyasin tana. Ita ala siyasi to jabita fi kursi mana nazan kana alfiye ya dagde ta basulbo almasawa ta chapta jinu Sudan. Logerita ata bajir fi gaba. Shubda alnazal amul kamza shhur fi gaba de. Ya na la hukumata junub kan gari wen fi zaman da kulu. Uma bagdar amci tala fi gaba ina kana jabman fi Madina. Neman man amul kamza shhur gaba ina ma yal sugarin ma jazin. Sai alekala ala hukumata ana de hukumata be al muwafinin butawa sai be dabi ya imana ile al fi ukide mala zola la yatinga la wahere ma bawalu shana yamci jibal naze jibal ta shako wazari lo hukumal kabir lama naza amul kamza shhur fi gaba ya imana la ile al yal mad bijan ya alekala sai hukumata ana de mataj ma muwafinin buto kede wala la liwani ya wani shane hudi ayin lo man ya Emmanuel Akile nada tabani shadi de shana la kede alwazni gatore de belet alquis taban fi akila fi gaba ina man kara ku ya woni ngari sumido fi gaba abi ba fara fi gaba ina ai ga kulu fi gaba ina ya ai shane kede man gari hijbo hukumi ya shane ya Allah naza ya Emmanuel Akile ya rasal bitale hukumata ana kada hukum bala lejin wasanin bito. شكرا لك. حكومة يقود بالمواطنين بتاعه
وطبعا you remember last week we also reported about 2 teachers who collapsed while teaching at Renzi Primary School in Tumbura County. This is actually on Monday earlier this week. That was due to severe hunger, and it was confirmed to iRadio by the State Education Minister. iRadio.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning, David Magog. Welcome.
My brother, I don't know, are all these things happening now around the country, are they really reporting to the president and the other vice president?
We hope so.
This information they know. If they know, they would even take a certain step. Number one, there are now announcements made with the 2 counties within Upper Nile, and even that one is going now to be the whole country. The teachers have collapsed. The children now are dying. There is cholera outbreak. And these things are all taking the lives of the people of South Sudan. And those who have created this problem that did not make people to be solved are only politicians. Now, if you can come to the town, you get the SPLM with other CDF. If you go to the bush, you will get IO with their army, with SLA IO. Now, where will the people of South Sudan go? The country belongs to us. And the political party with their armies, they only want to grab the power from the people of South Sudan, which is not supposed to be. The constitution is giving right to the citizen, of which they can elect the people whom they want, and they remain in peace so that they can debate for themselves. And by now, people are confused. Even those who are still remaining in houses, one day, one time, they will still run away. They will still go to IDP camp, or they will still go to refugee camp. And even if you go now to different countries, people are dying. They are being treated as if they are not being created by God. And who made this? Are the politicians. My request was...
Yes, David. All right. Sorry, David, there. We lost you on the line. iRadio. صباح النور عايزك تفضل.
تحية لك في الاستوديو تيم العامل والمستمعين والمتصلين والمشاهدين. بصراحة القاعد يحصل في وسط إكواتوريا يعني الواحد بيكون موصف شديد، لكن عايزك بس على السؤال. وسط إكواتوريا فيه 10 مقاطعة، ليه ال5 مقاطعات ديل هم عاملين إزعاج؟ كويس؟ أنا بتأسف شديد ليهم هم ك5 مقاطعات سياسيين بتاعهم وكبار الأعيان بتاعهم ومسؤولين بتاعهم، يعني بيفتخروا على أساس إنه هم في جوبا هنا قاعدين مرتاحين، لكن هنا في معاناة شديدة يا إيمانويل. يعني الوضع كده ما بيساهم، وده ما من العادات والتقاليد بتاع أبناء بتاع وسط إكواتوريا. يوما ما أنا شفت عشان ما هم يكونوا نازيين، يكونوا لاجئين، يعني دارين يقدموا لهم خدمات بمنظمات ده. يعني أنا ما بشوف يعني ده صورة كويسة، لأنه هم ناس أي زول بيعتمد على الذات، كويس؟ أي زول بيعتمد للزراعة بتاعه ولتركته براو. لكن للأسف يوما ما بنشوف السياسيين الفاشلين يعني شالوا نفس السياسة بتاع باقي الولايات جايبينه هنا، كويس؟ عشان معاناة يكون في يلا هنا يجوا يقولوا هنا ولا واقفين معكم أنين واقفين، وينتوا يا أخو سبب هناك قاعدين تعانوا المواطنين هنا دي الأبرياء. طيب يوما ما بكره جايين تجي تقولوا قالوا أنينا ولا حكومة واقفين معكم، أنينا ولا حكومة واقفين. 5 شهر ديل قاعدين في الخابات. يتخيل في الخابات ده في كم وحوش هناك في الخابات، كويس؟ وربنا حفظهم لحد هم اجوا. انا بتمنى بس هم ذاتهم يعتمدوا لبرامج بتاع منظمات ولا لا يقعدوا. اذا كان وضع بقى حادي اخر كله زي يقعد في بيته، اذا لو موت ده يجي خليجي. ما في ناس بيموتوا كله في زمن واحد، انه ربنا بيشيل وربنا بيخلي الباقي. يعني انا بس رسالتي انا بدي لهم انسوا برامج بتاع منظمات وما منظمات، كل زول عنده اسرته هنا يمشي يشوف طريقه يقعد فوقه. برامج بتاع مغيمات ده انسوا، لانه ده يفتح باب لمجال بتاع ناس القسلانين عشان دارين نجي نفسهم هم ذاتهم جابوا لكم المعاناه، نفسهم هم دارين نجي يستفيدوا منكم. واخيرا انا بس برجع رسالتي لقيادة العالم في جوبا هناك، كويس؟ انه القائد الموصول بتاعت الجيش في ولايه خربة الاسراء او في وسط إكواتوريا في يامبيو هنا من المفترض يتم تغيير بتاعه. حتى الحاكم هنا ده بالإنابة من المفترض يتم تغيير بتاعه. وسط إكواتوريا اذا كان لسه يحب نجيب نفس المجتمعاتين دول هم يعودوا يكونوا حكام، انا متاكد 5 مقاطعات دول ما بيكون معافى بالسلام.
انما يجيبوا من 5 مخاطرات الباقيين ديل يكون والي او يكون نائب والي. انا بشوف انه الوضع بيكون بيحدث شويه زي ما كان حدث كويس. جاء واحد من الخادة كبار بتاعت الجيش من واحد من المخاطرات جاء حدا الوضع هنا وسن اكواتوريا والوضع كان حادث. ده رسالتي. شكرا.
alright شكرا. ورسالتك واصل. ده كان هناك من ايزاك في نفس الموضوع. Well, thank you all for being part of the Dawn edition for today and for this week from Monday to Friday. We've come to the end of it. Do join us again next week on Monday at the same time to get the latest on what's happening in South Sudan and also beyond the borders. Up next, news in Arabic. On behalf of the Dawn team, Paulinho Athier, Darlington Moses, and producer Barry Johnson, this has been Emmanuel Joseph Akile. Do have a great weekend. Stay safe, stay blessed. We meet again on Monday.